Okay, folks, let's look at this pure maths question from an AS Pure exam paper. It says the curve with equation y is equal to 8x squared plus 2 over x has one stationary point, okay? So that's when I'm going to set dy by dx equal to 0. So I'm first here going to obviously differentiate that if it asks me to, okay? And then I'm going to set it equal to 0 to find the stationary point, okay? And this is find the coordinates of the stationary point. Show your workings clearly. So step 1 here is to write it in exponential form. So write 2 over x in power form. We're going to have y is equal to 8x squared plus 2x to the minus 1. Okay, what next? Well, to work out dy by dx, okay, using our rules for differentiation, the power comes down as a multiplier and then the power reduces by 1. So dy by dx, so we're going to have 8 times 2 is 16. Then we're going to have x, and then we are going to not count for the power of x. So it'll be x to the power of 1 or just x, okay? And then 2x to minus 1, that would be minus 2x, and then we knock off in the power, so be careful here, so it'll be minus 1, which is minus 2. Okay, what next? Well, I'm going to set this equal to 0. I'm going to write it as 16x. Then I'm going to write it as minus 2 over x squared, okay, is equal to 0. Okay, what next? Well, I'm going to solve the equation for x, and I'm going to multiply up by the x squared, okay, on both sides. We're going to get 16x cubed minus 2 is equal to 0. I'm going to add 2 and then divide by 16. So we get x cubed equals 2/16, which simplifies to 1 over 8 or 1/8. Okay, again, if you're not sure, let's write it out. We have 2/16 as a fraction. Divide top and bottom by 2 and we get 1 over 8 or 1/8. What next? What's the opposite of cubing? That's right, guys. That's going to be the cube root. So x equals the cube root of an eighth or 1 over 8. So we cube root the top, which is going to be 1, cube root the bottom, which is going to be 2. So x equals a half. Okay, fantastic. So we know what x is. What next? We're going to sub that in to y equals f of x to work out the y coordinate at that point. Okay, so we're going to have y equals, we're going to have 8 lots of x squared. So x squared is going to be a half squared, which is 4. Sorry, a quarter, sorry. 8 times a quarter is going to be 2. So we're going to have 2 for this place, and then we're going to have plus 2 over a half. Well, dividing by half doubles your answer. So 2 over half makes it 4. So we have 2 plus 4, which is 6. Okay, again, sorry that I'm not putting my full workings here, but yeah, so I subbed in x equals a half, so we had 8 lots of a half squared plus 2 over a half, and obviously use your calculator if you're unsure. You get 6. Okay, so the coordinate's going to be half 6 or 0.56. And that, guys, was literally worth 5 marks on a typical AS maths paper, typical A-level paper. And that's, I've got to say, yeah, that's a really, really nice way to get 5 marks. Of course, not all your questions here are going to be this, like, I mean, I don't want to say easy, but yeah, not as simple. But that's still a fantastic way to get 5 marks on a typical AS level maths paper.